Margaret Brennan.
Thank you, Mr. President. Can you tell us if last night Philippine President Duterte offered his apology to you, and if you said to him the U.S. will continue to help the Philippines push back against China? And last night, sir, Donald Trump said Vladimir Putin has been more of a leader than you, and then he said you have reduced American generals to rubble. Do you care to defend your legacy?
Do I care to defend? Okay, respond. Got it. I did shake hands with President Duterte last night. It was not a long interaction, and what I indicated to him is that my team should be meeting with his and determine how we can move forward on a whole range of issues. As I said when I was asked about this in China, I don't take these comments personally because it seems as if this is a phrase he's used repeatedly, including directed at the Pope and others, and so I think it seems to be just a habit, a way of speaking for him. But as I said in China, we want to partner with the Philippines on the particular issue of narco-traffickers, which is a serious problem in the Philippines. It's a serious problem in the United States and around the world. On that narrow issue, we do want to make sure that the partnership we have is consistent with international norms and rule of law. So we're not going to back off our position that if we're working with a country, whether it's on anti-terrorism, whether it's on going after drug traffickers, as despicable as these networks may be, as much damage as they do, it is important from our perspective to make sure that we do it the right way, because the consequences of when you do it the wrong way is innocent people get hurt. And you have a whole bunch of unintended consequences that don't solve the problem. It has no impact on our broader relationship with the Philippine people, on the wide range of programs and security cooperation that we have with this treaty ally, and it certainly has no impact in terms of how we interpret our obligations to continue to build on the long-standing alliance that we have with the Philippines, however that may play itself out. And my hope and expectation is that as President Duterte and his team get acclimated to his new position, that they're able to define and clarify what exactly they want to get done, how that fits in with the work that we're already doing with the Philippine government, and hopefully it'll be on a strong footing by the time the next administration comes in. As far as Mr. Trump, I think I've already offered my opinion. I don't think the guy's qualified to be President of the United States. And every time he speaks, that opinion is confirmed. And I think the most important thing for the public and the press is to just listen to what he says and follow up and ask questions about what appear to be either contradictory or uninformed or outright wacky ideas. There is this process that seems to take place over the course of the election season where somehow behavior that in normal times we would consider completely unacceptable and outrageous becomes normalized. And people start thinking that we should be grading on a curve. But I can tell you from the interactions that I've had over the last 8 or 9 days with foreign leaders that this is serious business. And you actually have to know what you're talking about, and you actually have to have done your homework. And when you speak, it should actually reflect thought-out policy that you can implement. And I have confidence that if, in fact, people just listen to what he has to say and look at his track record or lack thereof, that they'll make a good decision.
It has not really appeased me at all. Binastos tayo ng Amerika. Meering was carrying out explosives in and out of Davao City for several years. He was hosted sa Evergreen Hotel. Hindi siya pumayag na may pasok tigalinis. And for 5 years, he was in and out of Davao City. One day, there was an explosion. It burned the hotel, not nearly, but sunog. And he was brought to the hospital. He lost both of his legs. But unfortunately, the following morning, early on, may naglanding dito sa airport na to, a citation of the U.S. Embassy, at bumaba isang police na gago na taga-Pilipinas, the Colonel, I forgot his name, and some Americans who branded their badges as FBI raw sila, got Meering out of the hotel, brought him out, kasi sabi nila dalhin nila sa Makati Medical Center for better medical treatment facilities, whatever. But what they really did was to fly out Meering Michael to Singapore and shanghaied him to the United States. To this day, parang Batman and Robin mystery yan. No explanation. But a week after, or 4 or 5 days, Richard Donny, the ambassador at the time of the United States, nagipag-usap sa akin early morning with his aide only, and Mr. Bongo, apat kami nag-usap, and they promised to conduct a full-scale investigation and committed to me that they will serve me a copy. Sa awa ng Diyos, hanggang ngayon, wala pa ako natanggap ni baski note ng mansana. One night, during the campaign, at least that, may card ako sa kanya. I think Bong was the card. May binigay siya ng card, sabi niya, he was from the CIA. And sabi ko, may I help you? And we talked about the Meering case and said that he would see me maybe the day after. And we did meet almost 4 o'clock in the morning. I was very tired from a campaign sortie that night. At ang sinabi lang niya, and these were his exact words, Mayor, pwede ba natin kalimutan na lang to? Can we let this pass, this thing pass? Can we forget it? Sabi ko, wala naman rin akong magawa. I've been waiting for that report, but until now, I haven't. So I really do not know what was the mystery about. So, ngayon, itong Amerika, if they violate their sovereignty, they will raise hell. They go to war. Kung tayo ang ginagawa nila sa atin, there wasn't even an apology or anything. Kinalimutan ko yun. Ngayon, dumating itong naging presidente na ako, and one of the three promises that I made to the people was that I will cut corruption. And I hope it will really. Hindi ako naawa sa akin, naawa ako sa, we will cut corruption, period. Second is, I will fight drugs. And third, I will cut criminality. Problema ngayon, I am faced with a dilemma. We never knew exactly how many at the time during the campaign that, how many people were infected or gone crazy because of drugs. And they knew it because they were there when it was unfolding. Yung 3 million na yun, figure yung ni General Santiago when he headed the PDEA. Hindi ko binilang yung akin kasi until now, we are receiving surrenderies, and I think by the end of the year, it would have reached the 4 million mark. Alam nila yan. And so I was hard-pressed. They knew, they operate a government. They knew that I was a mid-term president, that I entered into the picture operating on a budget that was prepared last year by President Aquino for the operation of this year. And I was hard-pressed on everything. And yet they had the goal, these idiots, they would just say, why Duterte? Why is he killing the criminals? Why does he not just build enough rehab centers for 3 million immediately kaagad? It's easy to criticize. With that, they knew that I had no money. I am now operating on a budget. We do not have capital outlay. Ang atin is the maintenance MOE. MOE lang tayo. Pang sweldo, pang tawid na lang itong sa. And that's the problem. And so I ordered a full-scale war. I did not order a police action, but because that would not have enough. So when I became president, I pressed everybody. And lo and behold, we are now nearing 4 million drug addicts in this country. Alam mong ginawa ng Amerika? Ang una-una itong human rights, I know who's that idiot, also another idiot. There were plenty of idiots there criticizing me about human rights. Sinakyan nila an issue of extrajudicial killing, which was not an issue at all. You were here, we were all around. It was not an issue against me. Until the dying days of the campaign, when my ratings were going up, lahat ng basura, and this senator who talks with his mouth, with his foot on his mouth, binasura na pati corruption. I said, open the banks and all, you can have, I authorize everybody, go and search for the money. At itong extrajudicial killing. Ngayon, ibinigyan mo ako ng pan, I was about avoided it, but you gave the window, so I'm still. Ngayon, ito, galit ako sa kanila.